Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of This Is Our Life. Now, I hope this video works. The last test video I made worked, but the video before that did not. Okay. Let's hope I can get everything in this video, and I hope this video works. I bought this book at the Toadstool. It was on sale, you can see there, less than $4. You know, there are some really good essays in here. The problem is, as usual, the editor, who I believe authored some of the things in here, is a state theist, and he doesn't hide it. I was looking up something, and the first thing that popped up was the Atheist Experience website, and there's Statetheism there. As long as it's their guy, of course. You know, I mean, it's okay to attack Bush, but when Obama does it, it's good. You know, that's like, well, if I can remember his name, Aaron Raw. He asked once, well, when did I ever say I supported Obama? You endorsed or, you know, you talked about an event. You endorsed an event, so to speak. You attended that event and you spoke at that event, and it was just one big Obama love fest, even though it was being advertised as the Reason Rally, a rally for reason. Just because you call it that doesn't mean it's not an Obama love fest. But just because this book has some good essays doesn't mean there are some bad ones in here. Doesn't mean it's not a state theist book. I have ordered some more books from Amazon. I already know for a fact that a couple of them are state theistic. There's a difference between being an atheist and being a state theist. My basic belief is as an individualist anarchist. See, I've heard on the Atheist Experience and elsewhere when people say, you know, like a caller will call into the Atheist Experience and say, well, if the church isn't going to do it, who's going to do it? Well, the people at the Atheist Experience say, well, the state, the government. Oh, really? You just showed yourself for what you are. The guy who put this together is a state theist. So many atheist groups. Look, Madeleine Murray O'Hair was an overt communist. I mean, just because Karl Marx said his ideas were scientific doesn't mean there was anything scientific about it. You can be an atheist and not be a state theist. But I'm finding far too many people who claim to be atheists to be state theists. They hide behind the logic of atheism, of non-belief, but well, it's because they know that state theism doesn't work, that communism, fascism, socialism, it doesn't work. It all goes downhill. And they don't want people to know what they're really doing. You know, I have a friend who was from Florida. He was a member of a Florida atheist group. Well, he left that group, and guess what they called him? Called him a capitalist, as if that's a slur, a capitalist. So that tells you a lot about what that atheist group was really about. It wasn't about atheism. It was about state theism, statism, whatever you want to call it. I've seen it. I've already given some examples. I'm going to give a link to this, to an article from the Atheist Experience. This book has a number of essays that, state theism, and when the people at the Atheist experience say, well, the church isn't going to do it, the state will do it. When you have Aaron Raw, who attends what he and others want to say was a reason rally, and it was actually just a big Obama rally, just because you hide something behind reason, behind logic, doesn't mean that what you are hiding is logical. Okay, so if you call yourself an atheist, I ask you this, then be an atheist, and don't be a state theist. Don't try and start sticking stuff into a book like this of state worship, and on your websites putting state worship in. The guy who calls himself the amazing atheist, he does it all the time. He talks about the need for the state all the time. But then I don't think that guy's ever had a job a day in his life. So he doesn't know anything but getting money from the state. But some of us have worked. We know what work is. I don't think he does. But anyway, so that's really all. If you want to write a book about atheism, then write a book about atheism and keep the state theism out of it. That's all I'm asking.